Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sanket. This is the third part of series custom lighting type in Agent script. We talked about building block and then we talked about Apex-based custom lighting type. We have not talked about object-based custom lighting type yet, but in this video we are going to do a small workshop. Basically, this workshop will be focused on building an employee agent, and then building, in the next video we will talk about building a service agent for Apex-based custom lighting type. This video might be like, I'm expecting a few more videos as part of this series. So let's quickly start with what we are going to do. So at part of this particular video, video number 3, we are going to talk about building an agent called Account Insight, where we will have a render custom lighting type. Basically the output, we will display an output very similar to this one. Over here you see we will show an output using custom lighting type, and we will also use an editor custom lighting type basically for input. So the name of the custom lighting type which will be used for input will be account filter. For output it will be account summary. So quickly, what are some prerequisites? You need an org. Basically this is just my org alias, ignore that. So you need an org with Agentforce license. Make sure it is enabled. Then you need Salesforce CLI. In your ID, your org should be API version 64 or greater than that. And I'm going to use a content lead object. So I hope it will be there in your org as well. There are some records to test. Now, what are the steps we are going to do as part of this particular agent to demonstrate the capability of Apex-based custom lighting type? We will create Apex class first. Then we will create LWC. Then we will create custom lighting type. And then we will create the Agentforce asset. Basically, we will register the action as Agentforce Agent, and then we will create agent where we will use that asset as an action, and then we will test the agent play. So there are total 7 different steps we are going to talk about here. So let's go for the first one, right? Where we will be creating the Apex class first. So what we are going to do is we will create an class called account summary. So this is a wrapper class which will be used as output a schema. So basically the output of the agent action schema would be like this. It's very simple. It just have like several different properties over here. Then every field over here is annotated with @ or enabled. We have talked about this in the last video about the requirements of the Apex class based custom lighting type. The next class we are going to build is account filter over here. So this is also like, this will be the input. So as an input, we will ask user to enter account name, minimum revenue, and then rating. And based on that filter, we will query the accounts and display the result. As part of a result, we will display all these informations. So this is the input and output schema. Next stuff is we are going to do is, now we have to also create an Agentforce action. And for this agent specifically, we are going to use Invocable Apex Agentforce Action. So if you see over here, right, we have 2 different class. First one is account summary request and one account summary result. So account summary request will be used as input parameter of the Agentforce action, and account summary result will be used as basically the output of the Agentforce action. So we are doing nothing over here. We just annotated this with @invocable variable, because if you're using Invocable Apex and pass values, pass output, right? Like we need @invocable variable over here. We define the label and description. That this is important for Agentforce action, right? Like our agent will know that, okay, why this specific property is being used in the runtime. So we have created these 2 classes for Agentforce action, one for input, one for output. So far we have gone through 4 classes. Now the last one we are going to do is account summary action. This is the actual Invocable Apex class, where we have a method called get account summary. If you see, we are passing the input parameter called list of account summary request here, and then output as list of account summary result. We are doing nothing fancy over here, just very simple. Based on the account name, minimum revenue, and rating, we are building the queries and doing the query and returning the result by assigning the value in the wrapper. So Once all these classes are ready, we just deployed all these classes. So if I have to show you, like I have created account filter class over here, then account summary over here, then summary request, summary result, and then account summary action. So make sure you deploy this to your org. Once deployed, right, now the class is done. So next part comes is LWC component. So because we need two different LWC, right? One for input UI and one for output UI. So let's quickly go through the output one first. So in the output one, like the output LWC should be have a target config called Lightning Agentforce output. For input, similarly, we'll have a target config where target would be Lightning Agentforce input. And then source type would be the custom Lightning type name. So until unless you have not deployed the custom Lightning type, do not deploy LWC basically. So let us see what is there in the LWC. I will open my LWC over here in the editor. So this is my output LWC. So this is HTML file. It is very simple. What we are just doing is we have created a lightning card displaying some value in a nice way. So div blocks to separate the UI. Like we are displaying the account name, industry, rating, account revenue here, account type over here, formatted employees. All these values are coming from the JavaScript. How we will get the value in JavaScript? So this is our JavaScript. If you remember, if you see here, we have an @API property with name value. So you must have this for any of the output LWC you are going to use in custom Lightning type, because the agent will pass the output value in this property, and you will use this property to bind the value on the UI. Okay. So as you can see, I have all these getter, which is getting the value. For example, for account name, I am using this.value.name, industry, this.value.industry. And how come all these values are coming? If you remember, we had output schema class, right? Account summary. So all this property I can access from the this value property. So basically agent is automatically setting that value in this property. Now, let me go back to the meta XML file for this. This I already explained. You need to make sure that you define the target, call Lightning Agentforce output, and this is the Lightning type name. We have not, I have not shown yet, but I'm going to show that. Let us first see the input LWC, which I have named as account filter form over here. This is also very simple. I have 3 different Lightning input. Each of these Lightning input has a on-change handler. I'm using the same handler to keep it simple and streamlined. Basically, I have 2 Lightning input and 1 combo box. If you see, I have binded all these input field with a property. So for example, for account name, this is my property name called account name, here minimum revenue, and same here for ratings, right? So if I see the JS for the input, I do not have used @API value here because there's no value coming from the agent. Here, because this is input, right? So we will collect the input from the user. So in this case, we have to pass the value from LWC to agent. For output, agent will pass the value to LWC. For input, we have to pass value from LWC to agent. So how we will do that? What we are doing is we are firing a custom event, and then the event name must be value change. You know, right? In LWC, we cannot have a capital letter. The naming convention is the event name should be small, all small letters without. So I'm using value change. It must be as it is. So we are firing this custom event, and we are passing the detail property. All the values are going under this, right? If you remember, agent is also passing in value. We are also passing detail. We are passing the value property, and in the value we are passing minimum revenue, rating, and account name. If you observe, this is same as exactly how our input schema is. We have account name, minimum revenue, and rating. So same thing we are passing from here, right? Same schema. Now LWC is done. Next step is our next step is we have talked about this. Next step is we have to create custom Lightning type. So we need 2 custom Lightning type, one for input, one for output. And right now I'm going to showcase you custom Lightning type through IDE, but you can also create custom Lightning type through UI also, like going to setup, search for Lightning types, and then you can click on new. I will showcase in next video, maybe on the 5th one, because in the next video I will talk about service agent. So in the 5th video of this series, you can watch on that. So what we are going to do over here is we will create two different lightning type. Let me go to lightning types. Let me close all of this. Yep. So I have account filter and account summary. These are two different lightning type I have used, if you see, schema.json is mandatory for both input and output. But for channels, right? For editor and renderer, we need to define the channel. For which channel we are going to use that editor or that particular renderer file. So in this video, we are going to focus only on Lightning Experience desktop for employee agent. So if you see over here in the account filter, this is for the input lightning type. So I have a folder called Lightning Desktop Chain AI. That is the channel name. You must mention that. I have talked about this in the previous video. You can go and watch that. So first, let us look into the schema.json. Here I have just mentioned the class name called account filter, which we have seen before. Title is account filter. Description, you just mention about it. This is also important. Make sure you provide some good description and title for AI. Then under the editor.json, this is my LWC. So if you remember, within the LWC also, let me open that, right? Let me open the LWC. So this is LWC, and in the account filter meta XML file, we have mentioned target type here, account filter, right? This is the lightning type name. Whereas in the lightning type, we are mentioning the LWC name over here in the definition under component override. So you do remember this, right? And why we have used editor.json under the account filter? Because this is the input form. So we will use editor.json. If it is output form, we will use render.json. So let's see the output one here in the account summary. We have a schema.json. This is my account summary class I have mentioned. Similarly, here I have given title and description, and then lightning type @apex class type / C _ account summary. If you are using namespace instead of C, you will use namespace. You know about that. Again, here we have not used editor.json, we have used render.json because this is output. So once everything is done, we will deploy classes, LWC. So the order of the deployment would be first deploy Apex class, then you deploy custom lightning type and LWC together. Then this is done, we deployed them, and then we next step is we have to create an Agentforce action under Agentforce Asset. Why? Because why you will ask me, hey, I can add directly an action within the agent level. But my suggestion is you will struggle a lot. So go with this route. Use Agentforce Asset. First register your Apex class as an action in the Agentforce Asset and do that. So I have already done that, but I just want to showcase these steps. So I am in this setup. Let me come here. I will click on setup. Now, this is the first step. Second step is you will search for Agentforce actions. So no, assets, sorry. Agents for assets, and under the assets, you will go to actions, and then you will click on new agent action. And then you will choose the type of action over here. In my case, it's Apex. I will search for invocable method because my Apex class was an invocable class, right? Then I will search for my action. It was get account summary. So I will now go next. And over here, just I'm saying the loading text as loading ... And then over here, you have input rendering and output rendering. So this is important. You must select the custom lightning type you have created for this schema. If you just select this, right, it will come as text. It is not going to come as lightning type. So this is the first check you need to do. Make sure you select the lightning type you have created, both for input and both for output. Now, since this data is needed by user, so I will say collect data from user, and is it a required input? I will say yes, it is a required input. And similarly here, I want to show the output in the conversation. So all these settings I did over here, and then I will say finish. So once you do click on this, right, it will get saved. I have already added it. Let me just showcase that to you. So this is my agent action under asset. I added same thing I did over here. You see, right? Account summary and account filter, right? Now, till here we are good. Let's go to the agent now. I'm not going to write agent from a scratch. What I'm going to do is I already have the agent over here. So I created this agent. Agent is very simple. I will quickly walk through it. So this is my system block. We are just given some instruction. This is my welcome message, error message. Then config, this is an Agentforce employee agent. I given a developer name, label, description. Now I'm just supporting right now for English as a default local. No other language is supported right now. Like I do not want to test for other languages in this scenario. Now under the sub agent section, I have two different sub agent. One is the universal one, which is like the router entry. So here I'm routing every request to a content site. You can have multiple sub agents, but to keep it simple, I just have like two over here. So what I'm saying is every request should route to account insight agent. For that, I'm giving an action where I'm transitioning my this sub agent to this sub agent, right? So I'm transitioning to account insight, this one. So I'm adding an action available to router. Now under this action, what I did is I added the let me just click on the new version so that I can show you how to add action over here. So do not when you are in draft mode, right, and you want to add an action under the sub agent, so you can do from here. So you have two options: add from asset library and new action. Do not do from new action in this case. Like it works, but not every time. Like I felt it's much easier to do from add from asset library, first register over there and then use it. It's much better way. So I did just already registered. So I just click on add action here and then search for get account summary, right? Account my bad. Oh, I have already added, right? Let me just delete it. First let me delete this and then click on save. And now you see, right, there is no agent. Let me click on add from asset library and search for summary. Get account summary. Yeah. So this action, I will click on add agent. So the action is added. It's much easier, right? You can do from the UI over there and simply add it. So much easier to do. A few things to remember. If you see complex data type name, I have added as my custom lighting type over here and over here. Then source, you see this is referring to the Agentforce Asset API name. I'm saying is required, like whatever we did in the asset, it comes over here. So is user input true, meaning this input is required, and this input has to be taken from user. Like AI will not set an input value automatically. So it will ask user to provide the input. Is required meaning the input is required. And then this is the basically if you go to the class, right? Let me just go to the class and see it here where it is summary action. So the input name is request, and this request had filters, right? If you remember this class, account summary request class over here, you have this is not summary, right? My bad. Let me go back here, and then account summary request. Account summary request is here, and then this is the parameter, right? Filter. So this one is coming over here. Now same for summary. This is the output property. Now we have done everything, and we have like made this action available over here. This action will be called, right? So I am going to save it. Now I have basically two different actions here using the same action. I can take one of them. Let me just do one thing, take this out, save it to keep things simple, right? And now preview. So I saved it. I'm going to preview. Now I will say I want account insights. Let's see if it works. So now it is asking me that, hey, provide the name of the account. It didn't render the input one. Now let us first see how does it go, and then we will debug it. So it failed. It did something wrong because over here it is failing. Let me do one thing. Let me first commit it, because sometimes in the draft version custom lighting type doesn't work well. So let me commit and activate over here. So refresh and then hit preview and say account. I'm saying get account insights. So now you see, as soon as I activated it, it has started working. Let me just put some filter over here. So I'm going to Salesforce and submit. Now the output component should render. Yes, it did. So these are small things you might worry about. There might be some more issue other than this. What they can be. So there is a very good troubleshooting guide under help.salesforce.com. You can go through this troubleshoot custom LWC rendering issues. If like you're stuck somewhere else, which I have not shown through in this video, this guide might help you a lot. We are going to talk about service agent, which works little bit differently, because service agent custom lightning type will not come up in the preview in the builder. So we will see that how does it that work. If you have any question, drop in the comment. This was the third video. We have few more videos in this series. Continue watching the whole to understand a holistic picture of custom lightning type. Thank you for watching.